Following the release of his 2012 breakout album 2, DeMarco's global fanbase exploded, and the 2 years that followed were packed to the brim with touring, writing and recording, leaving him feeling, in his own words, weathered, beat down and grown up all of a sudden. It was this demeanour that ultimately shaped his follow-up album, 2014 Salad Days, a collection of songs that proved he'd not only grown musically, but also matured as a person. Salad Days was recorded and mixed entirely by Mac himself at Jizz Jazz Studios, his small Brooklyn apartment. As a result, the character of the album is completely undiluted by external factors. The guitars, bass, drums, keys and vocals were all tracked alone, spawning an unfiltered product of himself. And while he'll be the first to admit he's not the most technical musician, it's these imperfections that shape the album. A large portion of the warm, wobbly vibes on Salad Days came through the use of analog gear, including a Focusrite ISA 1 analog preamp, and most notably, his Fostex A8 tape machine, which he discovered sounded particularly warped because he smoked so much right next to it. On top of this, his newfound fondness for vintage analog synths imbued a druggy feel to the album, which you can hear on tracks like Chamber of Reflection, Passing Out Pieces, and Johnny's Odyssey. A Roland Juno 60, Yamaha DX7, and Roland JX3P make a big impact here. The sound most people associate with Mac DeMarco, however, is his clean, jangly guitar tones. The core of this lies in his beloved 60s Japanese-made Sears guitar, which he picked up for $30 as a teenager. Acoustic guitars featured heavily on the album too, an instrument he would continue to explore on future albums. In terms of effects, he relied heavily on his trusty Alesis Microverb 4 rack unit, from which he used a variety of choruses, reverbs, delays and flanges. Another distinctive element of Salad Days is the way it's mixed, in particular Mac's use of panning. Due to the limited channels on the Fostex, the drums on the album are grouped closely together in the mix. On tracks like Brother and Go Easy, the drums are panned to one side with the bass sitting on the other, an unconventional technique that was sometimes used on jazz recordings to create a live on-stage stereo image. It was an odd approach for a modern indie artist, but further proof that Salad Days is not at all your typical album. Do you have a favourite song off Salad Days? Let us know.